We now go to the gentleman from Michigan, Mr. Walberg.
I thank the Chairman and Mr. Koskinen. Thank you for being here. You said several times that Lois Lerner was very concerned that her emails be found and was attempting to do above and beyond efforts to achieve that. Am I correct?
That's correct.
You probably then could understand why there are some who might conjecture that Lerner pled the Fifth, wrongly, but pled the Fifth because she felt to answer might incriminate her, and that incrimination could possibly come from the information that were in those emails. Could you understand that?
Yes, but I have no way of knowing what her concerns are as to what exposure she might have.
And we never will, at least at this point, unless some of those emails can be found, because it's interesting that that took place. Let me ask you, have you fired anybody on your staff that didn't give you enough information so that you would have made that statement more accurate for us about information contained in emails that you couldn't provide to us, but now we find out that people knew that emails had been lost but didn't tell you?
I have not fired anyone. No one in my staff that I'm aware of has committed any.
Nobody's been fired for not giving adequate information.
No reason, and there's no basis for considering
to answer accurately and correctly and fully to the Oversight Committee of Congress.
Yes, and in fact, the purpose of that hearing was to talk generally about the investigation. Great lengths of that hearing were spent about productions in response to the subpoena, and the Chairman and I talked at length about that. The Lois Lerner emails were then ultimately agreed upon.
Can you understand why there's anger out there about this situation?
I can understand people's concerns about the fact that we do not have
all the information,
knowing whether we have all of her emails. I think we, as I say, last week the White House and Treasury provided emails.
And why it's so difficult for us to get to the bottom of it, because there isn't much help coming. The President himself on May 15th said it's inexcusable and Americans are right to be angry about it. And I'm angry about it. I will not tolerate this kind of behavior in any agency, but especially in the IRS, given the power that it has and the reach that it has into all of our lives. And he said, I'll do everything in my power to make sure nothing like this happens again by holding the responsible parties accountable. Someone much more astute than I once said that the ability or the power to tax is the power to destroy. We've seen that, Mr. Koskinen. Before you came and took your position, we've seen people with First Amendment liberties being targeted by the IRS, the agency with the power to destroy, and they attempted to do it. And now we can't get answers completely. Let me go on further with something that you said to me back on March 26th in a hearing, where you had indicated that you were trying to get to the bottom of the controversy, and you said, Congressman, just to make you comfortable, and I don't know if we can have that up on the screen, just to make you comfortable, know about, then that is my fault, because that means that I haven't created a culture where problems and issues get raised from frontline workers and go easily and freely to the top. Do you stand by your earlier statement to me on March 26th?
I do.
Are these issues still not getting raised?
These issues were raised over time. I've told you about that, and we produced a public record discussing all of those. So I'm satisfied that in regard to this issue,
how many hard drives fail annually at the IRS?
I noted that since January 1st, 2,000 have failed this year alone.
In your professional career, how many times has your hard drive failed?
My hard drive failed once. The average for hard drive failures is 3 to 5%. That would mean that with 90,000 employees, we would expect that we would have between 2 and at 5%, we'd have 15,000.
Can it be really understood by our people then, involved in this greatest investigation in the IRS's history, that all of these people, several people in fact, and especially the one at the center of this investigation, has a mysterious experience of a hard drive crash on this information that probably caused Lois Lerner to plead the Fifth?
I don't know if you can say probably or not, and I will tell you it's not a mysterious crash. As I say, we've had 2,000.
This is mysterious for the American people. They don't understand it. They're angry. We need to get to the bottom of it. And frankly, I think there is all sorts of prevarication going on, stonewalling, and I'm very disappointed in that. I yield back.
I thank the gentleman.